All right, y'all. What's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99, all box and everything. Make sure y'all subscribe. All right, y'all. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about this angle of the Spence Crawford fight that's coming up, because I've been hearing a lot of people talk about this on YouTube, as well as like just seeing the fighters talk about this. Well, Terence Crawford, he kind of gave his 2 cents on the promotion of the fight, and I think there's a lot of people that feel like the fight isn't being promoted well. Some people think that, with a Bellator event on the same night, and with there not being just a lot of heavy promotion for this fight, that in a way is kind of being like almost sabotaged, right? And some people think that Crawford and Spence aren't doing enough. But in my opinion, like, if you're a hardcore boxing fan, which to me this fight is for, I think it's being promoted just about right. I mean, when it comes down to it, it seems like all the YouTubers and all the YouTube channels out here, they seem to be doing that heavy lifting for them. So to me, I don't really think like Crawford and Spence, they need to go to this effort of trying to, step out of character and sell this fight in a way that we know these two guys aren't these two type of fighters, right? Like stepping out of character for these fighters now and trying to act animated and, do different things to have us saying, oh, wow, like Ricardo Mayorga, a shoving match. That's not these two type of guys. That is not these two type of guys. They don't have to do that. Like even Crawford said in a recent interview that that's not in Spence's character and that's not in his character. This fight is going to promote itself. And that's what I think. Like when you're a hardcore fan, a fight like this will promote itself, because the resume from both of these guys and the skill sets from both of these guys and just the energy from these guys alone, to me, that's enough to sell the fight without them getting into like some crazy shouting match and what have you. You know what I mean? Because they've already done enough to make people say, I want this fight now, right? And, they've been holding this fight up for so long. Like, what fight were people screaming for? They were screaming for this fight for the past 2-3 years, right? Or 3-4 years almost, right? So to me, with a fight being asked for like that, that's like promotion in itself. Now, granted, I do kind of think that it jumped out of nowhere, like almost out of nowhere, to jump into July so quick. Like when the fight was announced, I was kind of like, oh, wow, like it really is going to be this summer, huh? I was happy to hear it, but at the same time, I thought that it was, announced really quick. Like I thought they would have maybe taken them 3 or 4 months, like had it in like August or September, just to give it a little bit more time. But even with the fight, that's evidence right there. With the fight being scheduled for July 29th, that's kind of telling you that, oh, the people want this fight so bad that, hey, we'll put it on this date. As soon as it's announced, we good to go, right? So, yeah, I think that everybody wants to see this fight, and I think that it is kind of promoting itself now because, like I said, Spence and Crawford, they are considered the best in the world, and the welterweight division, thanks to Floyd Mayweather now, it's kind of been put on the map. It's seen as like the division right next to heavyweight now. It is that division that everybody kind of turns their eyes towards right now because it's so talent heavy. So yeah, I agree with Spence. Yeah, I agree with Crawford, and I agree with Spence. Like, they don't really have to say much. I mean, what they've been saying is just enough to me, because hearing them kind of take shots at each other, like when they open up like that, they really mean it. You know what I mean? Like whatever they're saying about each other, they really mean it. Like when Spence says something about Crawford or Crawford takes a hit at Spence, these two guys mean it, because they don't really say that much. So when they do say something, it counts, right? They're laid back guys like that. And they both have that competitive nature where they just kind of talk for themselves, and they don't get emotional. And speaking of emotional, they, in a way, they can thank the YouTubers, because it's like all the other channels out here, they're the ones bringing all the emotion that the two fighters are lacking. So when it comes down to it, that's kind of all the emotional drama and all of that gossip junk out there now that we need, right? That's all we need is from these two guys, because you got the Bud fanboys and you got the Spence fanboys, that are so ride or die for them, and they're making narratives all day long, or they're just saying certain things like they're discrediting one fighter over the other. And then you got the legends out here, who all favor Bud for some reason, but they kind of downplay Spence, they're the ones that are kind of doing all the talking for this. So in a way, you know, they don't really have to sell it anymore. It's like they're taking that weight off of them, which is good because not everybody's a talker like that. Not everybody has to be a talker. Like they put their time and effort in the gym, and that's what I want from Crawford and Spence. Like I don't need to hear them, step out of character now and try to be a McGregor or Floyd or somebody like that. Manny didn't do much talking, but he was always putting on great performances. Same can be said about these two, right? So yeah, man, when it comes down to it, if this is a fight that everybody's been asking for about 4 years, I think it pretty much is going to promote itself now. And, I don't think that in any way it is being sabotaged or anything like that. Or we need to get the feeling that, I don't think enough is being done. It's just kind of a reach now. Like, now that we're getting the fight, people are always looking for something. Now that the fight is made, people are saying whose fault was it on why it wasn't being made. People are asking that. Now people are asking, why ain't this fight being promoted to the highest degree? It is. It already is. It's being promoted by two talented fighters, by the records and the resumes and accolades that they've been putting together, So that's what it is, guys. So let me know in the comment section what y'all think. This was just kind of a freestyle video, just kind of popped up in my head because, I just been looking at YouTube and, I'm listening to some videos, where they make some nice breakdowns and assessments of fighters. But, I like to do analysis and assessments myself. And if you ask me about the whole promotion thing, I'm kind of like, hey, we're here now. The fight's going to do what it does because we got two of the best fighters, and that's all that matters because this is the fight that we all wanted, and we're going to get it now. So to me, there's no complaints about it when it comes down to it. So from here, we're just talking about the actual breakdown. We could talk about resumes and things like that, which we're gonna do because we're coming down to it, guys. I've just been kind of busy. But let me know in the comment section, is the fight being promoted the way y'all want it to, or do they need to step out of character in y'all's opinion? Combo Breaker 99. Make sure y'all subscribe. I'm out. Peace.